NBA star James Harden has filed a cross-complaint in a lawsuit about his damaged $30 million mansion. He's pointing fingers and saying something's not right. But what exactly is the problem? The lawsuit unfolds, revealing the mystery behind the mansion trouble. Oh, did you hear about James Harden? Yeah, he's renting this super cool house in Beverly Hills, but there's a bit of a legal mess going on. So there's this group called the Beverly Park North Homeowners Association. They're likely the neighborhood watchdogs. Then there's the VMW Trust, which actually owns the fancy mansion. James is just leasing it from them. Now, these two groups are tangled up in some sort of legal tiff over the house. It's like a real-life drama in the posh neighborhood, you know? James is not happy about something, so he decided to do something about it and filed a legal complaint. It's like when you raise your hand in the class and say, "Hey, there's a problem here." This special kind of complaint is called a cross-complaint. In this complaint, James is pointing fingers at both the HOA and the VMW Trust. He's saying they're not doing something right. It's a bit like when you have a group project and you think some of your team members are not doing their part, so you tell the teacher. Now, let's break it down a bit. The Beverly Park North HOA is like a group of neighbors who help to decide the rules of the area. James is saying they are not following the rules properly, and that's causing him some trouble. The VMW Trust is like the owner of the house, but James is renting it from them. He's saying they also have a part in the problem. Maybe they're not taking care of the things as they should. So James is not just sitting back and being unhappy. He's taking action and letting everyone know that things are not going well with this fancy Beverly Hills house. It's like he's telling the referee in a game that something isn't fair and he wants it to be fixed. The HOA is like a group that manages the neighborhood and makes rules. James might be saying they're being unfair or not doing their job. The VMW Trust is the owner of the house on paper, even though James is living there. So he's saying they also have some responsibility or maybe did something wrong. It's like James is in a game and he's saying the referees and the owners of the stadium are not playing fair. Now they all have to go to court to figure out who's right and who's wrong. George Santopetro is really mad at James Harden because he thinks Harden didn't follow the rules of their $82,200 lease agreement. Santopetro says Harden threw big parties with too many people and it messed up the place. Now Santopetro wants $300,000 to fix all the damage. Santopetro says this situation is causing him a lot of money problems and making things hard with the Homeowners Association. The fallout from Harden's actions is also making it tough for Santopetro to get along with the other people in the association, which is making where he lives more difficult. The argument is mainly about Harden allegedly breaking the rules of their lease agreement. Santopetro says Harden's parties went way over the limits allowed, causing a lot of damage to the property. The big financial demand from Santopetro is to try to make up for what he sees as Harden being irresponsible. Santopetro is not just upset about the money, he's also frustrated about how this is affecting his relationship with the Homeowners Association. The tension with the other members of the association is not only adding to Santopetro's worries, but is also making his living situations more complicated. Santopetro is accusing Harden of breaking their agreement, throwing wild parties, damaging the property, and causing trouble with the Homeowners Association. Now he's asking for a big amount of money to make up for all the problems. Harden's defense is based on the argument that the instructions given by Santopetro, the person in charge, to the gatehouse employees were not clear enough. According to Harden's lawyers, the Homeowners Association organization did not enforce its own rules properly when it came to the lease. Harden thinks the neighborhood group, or HOA, should pay for the damage because they didn't stick to their own rules. He believes the HOA messed up by not doing what they are supposed to do, and this mistake caused big problems for the property. Basically, Harden is saying that if the HOA had followed their own rules, the property wouldn't be so messed up, and they should take responsibility for it. He thinks it's their fault and they should fix what went wrong. In a legal story, Judge Michael Linfield said no to Harden's fifth try to stop the summons and complaint. This is a change from what the judge decided before. Now Harden has to face the summons and complaint. Santo Petro's trial is scheduled for July 29, 2024, which is when the legal proceedings for his case will take place. During a trial, people present evidence and arguments to help the court decide if someone is guilty or not. It's like a big meeting where everyone talks about what happened. On this specific day, Santo Petro's case will go through this process. The court will carefully listen to all the information and then make a decision. Imagine it as a puzzle where they gather all the pieces to understand the whole picture. The trial is a crucial moment for Santo Petro. It's a bit like a test to see if he did something wrong or not. The people involved, like lawyers and witnesses, will share what they know. They might show documents, tell stories, or explain things to help the court figure out the truth. The judge, who is like the referee in a game, will pay close attention to everything. After hearing from everyone and looking at the evidence, the judge will make a decision. It's like deciding who wins a game based on the rules. This process is important because it ensures that everyone gets a fair chance to explain themselves. The decision the court makes on July 29 will be based on all the information presented during the trial. It's like putting together a big jigsaw puzzle to understand what really happened and whether Santo Petro is responsible for something or not. James Harden, at 34 years old, made headlines in October by joining the Los Angeles Clippers after leaving the Philadelphia 76ers. The move came after he requested a trade from the 76ers, which stirred up some controversy in the NBA. As a result of his trade request, the league imposed a $100,000 fine on Harden. Harden, known for his exceptional basketball skills, is expected to bring his talents to the Clippers and contribute to their performance on the court. The dynamic player has a history of success in the NBA, having previously played for the Houston Rockets before his stint with the 76ers. The fine imposed on Harden serves as a reminder of the NBA's rules and regulations regarding player conduct and trade requests. Despite the financial penalty, fans are eager to see how Harden's addition to the Clippers will impact the team's dynamics and overall success in the upcoming seasons. Back in his high school days at Artesia High School in Lakewood, Harden achieved quite a bit. He won 2 state titles, which is a big deal in high school basketball. Not only that, but he also holds a special record. He's the highest scoring left-handed player in NBA history. That means he's really good at making points with his left hand during games. Joining the Clippers was a significant move for Harden, and it caught a lot of attention in the basketball world. However, it's not the first time he's made headlines for his career decisions. It seems like he's always been someone who makes waves in the game. If you found this breakdown interesting, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for simplified insights into stories like this. Your support keeps us going, and we'll continue to deliver easy-to-understand content on the latest happenings in the world of sports and beyond.